I'm happy to share a few words about my story, how I turned from an entrepreneur to an investor. I started my first business when I was 9 years old, and ever since I've been involved in many different kinds of businesses, from startups till very well established business. And whatever, at the heart of every entrepreneur, there's a vision, a dream that ignites passion and propels us kind of to move forward. But translating this vision into a thriving business requires more than just ideas. It requires capital. And I see financing opportunities as the bridge that connects dreams to deeds, concepts to reality. So in terms of whatever business we are involved in, financing is the lifeblood of any venture. Let it be a startup, an established business, or personal financial planning. It involves acquisition and management of funds to support the operations, of course, the growth, and of course, the investments. And when it comes to financing, I see from business side, I see a lot of kind of like new ideas evolving. I see different types of funding, which of course world of finance is not separate from the world situation, which is at this moment, as we all know, quite challenging. So when it comes to financing, I would say that there are two basic categories of financing, either debt and equity. Of course, debt financing involves borrowing funds that need to be repaid with interest over time. Equity financing, on the other hand, involves selling ownership shares in your venture in exchange for the capital you want to receive. Both options, of course, they have their advantages and considerations, and understanding when to use each one of them is essential. Current moment for looking for funding, equity takes much longer than acquiring debt. As I just read in the news that, for example, in the East Asia, the amount of the startup financing has decreased 60% in a year. So we are living challenging time in all the aspects. But before you start even thinking of financing, it's important that you think it in a strategic way. And it's imperative to craft a comprehensive financial plan. It should be the outline of your financial goals, projected expenses and revenue forecast, and of course, the idea how much cash flow projected in your venture. Well, this strategic decision is very important in order to sustain your financial goals. It will not only guide your financial decisions, but also help for the potential investors or lenders to understand what is your business viability. There are several different sources of financing, ranging from traditional banks to venture capitalists and, of course, the angel investors. Nowadays, also the crowdfunding and peer-to-peer lending have emerged as innovative avenues. The choice of course, with what you have to choose, it depends on the factors like what stage your venture is, the amount of the capital needed, and the terms that align with your goals. And one important topic I would like to point out is the risk assessment and mitigation, because every financing involves a risk, and it's crucial to conduct a comprehensive risk assessment. I see a lot of pitches that has very good ideas of how they create revenue, but very few that really evaluate the potential challenges that could impact your ability to repay debt, or on the other hand, provide the expected returns to equity investors. So mitigation strategies might include, for example, diversification, contingency planning, and maintaining a healthy cash reserve. And all these things should be thought before even starting the venture. And then if you decide to go to the debt side, how do you, for those who consider taking the debt financing, very important element is the responsible management. Looking for favorable interest rates and terms, but ensure that the debt loan is manageable given to your revenue projections. Because you see a lot of hopes and wish and dreams that the venture will create certain revenues, but you have to be very considerate about the future, and you have to understand that the market can change rapidly, as we have seen in the last few years. So considering all these aspects when taking debt, on the other hand, debt gives you the opportunity to kind of mitigate your costs in a way you know what you're up to. If you want to go to the equity financing, it can bring valuable expertise also and resources to your venture in terms of giving the shares, but it also in a way takes a bit away from your power to decide for your own venture. On the other hand, it can increase the expertise, and striking the right balance between, attracting investors and maintaining control is a delicate art. You have to be considered how much power you are willing to give, and what is the return of your what you have given away. So financing can be considered as the cornerstone of any successful business, or even to your personal financing, because of course you want to get the income, as well as the people investing in your company want also revenues. And I will go back a bit to the impact investment, which is technically not only creating value in terms of the financial returns, but also creating value for the sustainability, environment, and the social well-being. So all these things are involved in the impact investments. Let me just give you a few multitude of paths what there are in finance for you to obtain. First, of course, we have the traditional bank loans. That's a straightforward route for businesses to secure capital. They come with a structured repayment plan, of course, and competitive interest rates. However, they often require some kind of history and solid business plan. And they require, it's really challenging at this moment to get for example, for the ventures to go to the next stage, which have already, established their feet, but also for the startups to get funding from the banks. Also, the due diligence is becoming, I would say, quite challenging for, especially for the newcos, because even creating a bank account in some countries can be kind of hard for the newcos. Then we have the angel investors. They are often entrepreneurs themselves, looking for supporting startups with potential beyond funds, but they also provide invaluable mentorship and maybe some industry connections as a guiding hand through the challenging early stage of your venture. And then you have the crowdfunding, which is, that we have created the digital platforms where entrepreneurs can present their ideas to global audience and secure funds from the, other peers. It's a way to engage your target market and generate funds simultaneously. Of course, the amount of the funding is insecure. You can't really know if it's moving forward or not. And then we have the strategic partnership, which is, established players in your industry can offer more than just the funding. It's also creating value in terms of the intellectual knowledge. They can provide, for example, resources, expertise, and access to a wider customer base. Whatever financing path you're choosing, you have to deeply know what you're doing. What are your objectives and what is your risk appetite? There is not one size fits all decision. It's a tailored strategy that aligns with your vision, of course, that propels you towards your goals. And it's important to remember that financing, it's not just about capital injection. It's about settling off a ripple effect. The right financing can enable you to hire, for example, skilled talent, invest in research and development, and expand your market reach. It's about creating a positive cycle of growth and innovation that benefits not only your business, but also the broader economy. So financing opportunities are more than just means to an end. They are enablers of dreams and visions. But they have the power to transform concept into success stories and put people into the business leaders and foster innovation that shapes industries. But also you have to remember when you're choosing what type of funding you're looking for, it's important to remember that each choice holds its unique promise and of course its challenges. And you have to be able to mitigate the risk from the different options available and understanding what would be kind of like tailored for you at this moment, at this current market environment, and this, I would say, more broadly in the world situation. Then I still want to say, a few words about impact investment. It's not merely a financial strategy. It's a powerful movement that embodies the fusion of profit, financial profit, and purpose. Well, investment can really become the catalyst for positive transformation. And as core, impact investment goes beyond traditional notions of profit. We have to, in impact investment, the values are the basis for the investment, and the return of the investment, it's not only financial, it's creating sustainable social impact or environmental impact. And all these three are considered as part of the impact investment. We must remember that also in impact investment, the financial returns are essential part of the investment. Otherwise, it would be charity. So by supporting, companies that prioritize social and environmental responsibility, it's fostering more than just a sustainable world. It's just fostering the social welfare. It's fostering the healthcare infrastructure, whatever different projects we might have at hand. So all these outcomes are measured. Impact investment doesn't really rest on ideals alone. It's backed by several measurements and accountability. And impact investors seek tangible evidence of their investments' positive effects. They look for metrics also in other terms, not only for the financial returns, but also in terms of social and environmental impact. And one of the most remarkable aspects of impact investment is its ability to blend financial returns with social and environmental impact. So in terms of, it showcases that 2 or 3 of these goals, objectives, are not exclusive from one to each other. They are all connected and all measured and all affecting others. And do I still have some time, or can I just continue a few words? Finally, of course, the challenge in impact investment is finding the right balance between profit and impact. It can be a challenge. It kind of requires a deep understanding of the issues we aim to address, as well, as the commitment to measuring and reporting our progress. So you have to have a clear vision about how your investment is going to impact and what are the measurements you're going to measure. how it really creates social well-being or how it affects the environment. But the rewards, of course, are manifolding. It can change your brand reputation, strengthen the shareholders' relationships, and ensure a lasting legacy of positive change. And so in conclusion, I would say that investment and funding options for businesses offer the means to turn our business into reality. And embracing impact investment is a powerful way to lead with purpose and profit simultaneously. Thank you.